Haymant, did I ever tell you you're ignorant?
Welcome to the Lands Podcast!
There we go.
Hey.
You better cut out everything I said to Haymant before we start the show. On the
All I got was the ignorant part, but...
Haymant is ignorant, and everyone should know that based on his picks and general behavior.
Wait until we get to that tank Fiddle mid.
Alright, so how...
Don't ever say those words to me ever again, or our friendship is over.
I'm gonna have to.
How we feeling about this week's games, guys? We good? They bad? So sad?
I'm always so sad, but, you know, games were fine.
It's become a point where there's like generally 3 teams that you look at and you're just like, alright, this is the
Top
good
3.
game that... Yeah. And
Top
then
3.
everyone...
And they're all Cloud9.
And everything else? Eh.
Yeah, pretty much. That's it. That's how it's feeling for me, guys.
For me?
Oh, man.
I'm just feeling real, like, sad. CLG's impressed me, though. They really have. I've been impressed.
Mm-hmm.
Immortals and Dignitas make me sad watching them play League of Legends or whatever the fuck it is that they're doing on the like. You might call it League of Legends. I wouldn't.
I'm a little optimistic about Golden Guardian.
More fool you, my friend. No, I'm kidding.
More fool you. You're right.
You're a fool for being optimistic about the LCS.
You're right. I forgot that one closer. I forgot that one little thing.
So closer's got to be in such a sad state right now.
Oh man. Oh no, it wasn't closer. I'm forgetting. I'm thinking FBI. That was the one.
Oh my god, that dominant video you sent me, I'm just... Oh my god. Why? How? How do you not buy...
Painful.
How do you not play Callista and instantly give your upgrade? Like, look, okay, maybe first back. I can maybe see an argument for first back, but...
Sometimes you don't want to do it early if you're trying to do, like, a specific level 1.
You need to get there.
Yeah, but, like, they weren't doing none of that.
No, I do have to say the I Will Dominate co-stream video. It was fantastic to watch.
I was just depressed instantly. Oh, so sad.
Depressed or impressed?
Yes. Impressively depressed.
I was happy to watch someone else get angry. That's what I was for.
You know what? It's one thing to forget to put on Callista Spear, but it's another thing to buy another freaking Haunting Guys. What's the thing that
Haunting
builds
Guys.
into it?
It's
Liandry's Torment.
No, Haunting Guys.
No, Haunting Guys. You said it right. Yeah.
Yeah. You build a Haunting Guys after you have Liandry. They don't stack, by the way. Just saying. But let's have both. What's Oblivion Orb? Why would I build a Stinger on Mordekaiser?
Doesn't know. I want to be the masked dog. V for Vendetta hours only.
Alright. That's enough of the random chit chat. Let's get into our first topic. CLG now has as many wins as they had in the entirety of the last split.
You both hate and love to see it. You hate to see it because you remember last split. But you love to see it because at least they're doing well.
It kind of tells me that Pobelter really kind of got shafted last offseason and should have been on a team this entire time. And it's
Did you not already know that?
I did. I did.
I could have told you that, but
it confirms
in fact,
it.
I did. I had said it several times. My guy Eugene.
It validates me, you see, and that's what I'm looking for.
Yep. He's definitely doing better than Ica currently. I want to say he's doing better than Ryoma too. Yeah, I want to say
he's doing better than a lot of people. He's been doing better than DeMonte. What are the rest of the mid laners? Who's he doing better than?
That's also a lot saying that I think they have one of the not so good bot lanes currently right now. Yeah. I've never been less impressed with an Ezreal Yumi.
Hey bro, you ain't seen me play. Hey bro, you ain't seen me play the game then. I'm out here making big mistakes. I'm eing forward as Ezreal with Yuumi on me to get us both killed, bro. It's a 2-person tower dive. If the Yuumi's on me, we can 2v1 get in there.
I would say you would have to get perfect game by EG, which is actually very feasible. Don't take up that challenge.
I would get violated by EG players, dude. I am not good at League of Legends.
Look. I know that I would have been able to orchestrate us to get a kill. Our Clash team, we would have gotten a kill on EG. One.
The Clash team with me or without me?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Depends on when in time. But we would have got 1 kill, and that would have been our victory. 1 kill against a professional LCS team? Yeah.
I don't think we would have gotten one.
I also have to agree with Matt here.
We'd have got one. I'd have made sure of it. I'd have been like, you know what, guys?
We're 5-manning. Everybody. Okay, guys. 5-man start level 1. All of you sit in that bush. Come out when the time's right.
We're gonna 5-man sit mid. Wait until like 55 seconds, then just go out and grab them. We start with like fucking Poppy and Nautilus. And I guess Ash would be a good AD carry. Who's a good level 1 jungle?
Hey,
none of them.
I want you to know, Kumo also plays Poppy. So that's a contestable one right there.
That's a contested pick, dude.
You're not wrong.
That's a contested.
I'm gonna come at Kumo for that one.
That's how he ruined Ruin's Jace.
We could also all just 5-man his blue buff. Just go to the enemy blue buff and just sit there and wait. He'll come there eventually.
He has to. It's the law.
Okay. You know what? I want to say I do not like Viper top 2. That's he was in that I Will Dominate video.
Wait, this is about CLG. Earlier. Hang on. We're talking about CLG right now.
You're right. Let me stick to the top.
So
I'm bringing it back.
I think they ran the set Volibear this weekend, one of their games, and that looked crazy. I remember watching them pound down a counter gank bot lane with Set and Volibear, and it was amazing because they both just jumped forward after. Who did they do this against? It might have been Golden Guardians, but they got it. The other team got a kill under bottom turret, and then 2 giant motherfuckers hop out of Tribrush and just start murking people. And I'm just like, yeah, this is what I came here for. That was a good one. And they kept doing that. I loved that game. That was a good game. I liked that.
It was the Space Jam, bring out the Volibear slam, all around.
Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam.
Indeed. Oh man, Ruin's Volibear is actually good. I will give Ruin a Volibear. His Jace, no. Volibear is good.
Jace,
ouch.
No, don't do that. No more Jace, please.
No.
And if Jace is still a thing, please stop doing it.
Also, it seems like they really fixed their communication problems so that, the top laner doesn't randomly disappear in the middle of the game. That's an important one.
Yeah, Ruin would do this thing where he stopped being effective at anything. But much better now. Wiggly's actually been doing very, very good for me. I think have they put him on set a lot? Is that what he's been doing? Oh no, actually he's been playing Trundle.
You're all around good supportive jungler out there.
He's been looking decent. I still don't understand why people pick Nidalee. I still think it's garbage, but yeah.
From the explanation that's been put up on the caster's desk, which I know you're not going to be happy with, it's supposed to do good into Graves and be a little bit more aggressive.
I can kind of see it doing good into Graves. I've heard of a Nidalee Jace combo being a kind of hyper engaged poke comp and like kind of picky, but I just feel like you could just run Ezreal and Yuumi and Zoe and do that there too. Somebody had an immaculate comp this weekend. Keep going.
A lot of people are not letting Ezreal pair with Yuumi anymore. It's just They're not letting the Yumi through. They're not.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Red side has to ban Yumi or let blue side take one or the other, and then they have to take the counterpart to split it up.
Mm-hmm.
Though I've been seeing blue side banning Yumi a lot too, because they don't want to have to split it, and they'd rather try to gamble for maybe Varus or something. But so what else was I seeing with this team? Something kind of strange is they actually have the largest. I shouldn't say the largest, but the majority of their damage at 32% is from Stixxay. And to be honest, that's probably from a couple of the Aphelios games where he just absolutely obliterated people.
Yeah. That's what Aphelios do.
Does he have a misfortune game where he didn't die? Oh, he has a misfortune game where he didn't die. It wouldn't give me the KD.
And you said this is one of the worst bot lanes. Let me see.
I don't think they're an amazing bot lane, but the way that their games have been going,
terrible.
They have been doing well. Now, to be honest, I think their strength of schedule is kind of something to take note of here, because they have played Immortals and Dignitas, who are basically the bottom of the barrel, and wins against them do not really count. So
no, they count. They're just not as impressive, you might say.
Yeah.
Because they count because if they lost, we would be giving them shit. So we might say losses against those teams count more than dubs. But
sure. But
actually,
I still think their win against Golden Guardians was good. I think that victory was very important. It was a 30-minute win, which is a pretty good game time, and Golden Guardians is looking like one of the better teams and is definitely above the Dignitas Immortals black hole at the bottom of the standings.
Yes. I'm a little happy about that one. I'm still CLG, if they take like a couple games off of, like if they can take a game off of TL, I'll be happy with them. If they can take a game off of 100 Thieves, that should be good. I don't think they can take a game off of EG. Remember, EG just clapped them week 1. Probably not C9.
It's very possible they go 2-0 next week. They play FlyQuest and 100 Thieves. They're not looking like super dominating teams. I think FlyQuest is probably the bigger of the two matchups for them to take down, but if they win those two, I think they're solidly in playoffs, but they're solidly in the top half of the league if they can beat those two. Like, of course they are. They beat the other 6 people.
I want to say, I will say to your point, the FlyQuest bot lane, more specifically, Ignar in the Dignitas game did not perform as well as we're normally seeing. You could say either Afro had his number.
You want to use that to swap over to the FlyQuest topic?
Good call.
Not quite as yet because
okay, bring it back onto CLG then.
So if CLG can like make a good opening in the bot lane or take advantage of their currently FlyQuest new iteration of the bot lane that we've seen last week, then I think they have a chance. I don't think Ruin still matches solo. I still think Santorin's better than Wiggly. PoE is better than Pobelter. Those 3 are like a really big part of FlyQuest now. Ignar, even though he had like an off game during the Dignitas game, I don't think that's going to keep him down for long. And I still think he has a lot more picks, right? So I just don't think this game is as close as you may think it is. That's in my opinion, what I see.
So our next topic is Fly have subbed in Mash, or I'm pretty sure that's Don't Mash Me as he used to be known as. And how we feeling on him? He played against TSM and Dignitas and looked crazy in the TSM game, getting a score of 11-1 and 11 on Aphelios, and got to play Ezreal going 2-1-5.
I
All of them
will.
were pretty quick 33-minute victories.
There's more to that TSM game than meets the eye, but that's another topic to take care of. Before I start addressing that one, yes, he did look good in the TSM game. But Double Lift was also on a mage. His Double Lift Syndra did not look good. So I'm happy for Mash. He did pop off. He did go crazy. There may be a bit more reasons to why he may have had like an easier lane than usual. Against Dignitas, he did good. He was holding his own. He was on the Ezreal, again, one of the safest AD carries, but he was not the reason that bot lane was like suffering a little bit. And even then, like Ignar was just having a bad game. It was an off game. It wasn't like a terrible out of the window, oh no, Ignar's like been throwing for a while. It was just an off game for him.
Ignar has not been looking like his stellar self, like I'm used to seeing. He has been looking a lot shakier, and I haven't seen that like killer instinct that I was seeing in playoffs last split. And I really want to see that come back, because I feel like that'll bring this team up more than subbing and Mash over Wild Turtle. I didn't feel like Wild Turtle was the problem at all for FlyQuest.
I agree.
Everyone seemed to be like, yeah, Turtle's not that great. If they could upgrade Turtle, this team would really be going places. But, like, really? They upgraded Viper, and they were second place.
Yeah, but the thing is that Turtle seems to be having, like, maybe a little bit of a slow start again. That's it.
You played 2 games!
Exactly.
Yeah, everybody has a slow start when you only look at 2 games. Like,
and one of your games is against EG, the other team that was contending for second place last split. Like,
I know exactly. I understand. But this was looking like either Turtle needed a little bit more time to get ramped, or that I don't know, they wanted to make a change and just try out Mash. Either because he may have been performing in like his academy scrims, he may have been performing. Like last split during them, it started at like this split, and they just wanted to give him an opportunity to prove himself on the LCS stage. But either way, he showed up. He showed up good. I'm not saying Turtle's completely out, but it's now he's a considerable option for if it looks like Turtle isn't quite performing, or if Turtle's like having a bad scream week.
It has been 2 games. I
know.
We should never pass solid judgment on somebody lasting 2 games. But what if they do permanently go with Ignar? What do you think is going to happen to Wild Turtle? And is he or is he not going to go over to Dignitas?
Wild Turtle going to Dignitas. I don't think Dignitas want to get rid of Johnson's yet. They
should start thinking about it.
Hey, these 2 games last weekend for Dignitas, it looked like it was Johnson and Afromoo trying to carry the top half of the map. I will vouch for them on that one.
Maybe.
Because there is a lot bigger problem in the top lane than there is between those 2 in the bottom.
Maybe, but I still feel... Look, yes, I totally agree that Viper and Froggen are looking absolutely dog shit. But I still think Wild Turtle's an upgrade over Johnson. And mind you, I think everyone, almost everyone, is an upgrade over Froggen and Viper at this point. With the exceptions being So as an Icon and maybe Ryoma.
So as maybe Ryoma. Ryoma performed in the CLG. Nah, I'm getting distracted. He had one good game, but that was against the IMT. And those don't really count.
Matt, how are you feeling about Turtle? Yay, nay?
I think Turtle is pretty good. And even if it is a slow start like Haymant wants us to believe, I just think that like you said, Anthony, it's 2 fucking games, right? Like, so on the one hand, I get what they're doing, where it's like, yeah, it is just 2 games, but maybe we get exposure for the other guy, right? Get a little stage practice. Wild Turtle
he's been on stage before.
I know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I kind of understand it, but I don't think it's like worth it just yet. because I think that Turtle is still really good at this video game.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it at all, considering I don't think this is a benefit, or at least a large enough benefit, to split time between these two players for right now. Like, they've got 8 weeks until playoffs, and we're still splitting time. Why aren't we doing this in Spring Split? Like, what? Come on. If we were going to split time, that's what Spring Split was for, not Summer. Summer, you're better off committing to a team that finished second place.
You're right, because Summer actually matters, and Spring didn't. So.
They canceled MSI, so Spring really didn't matter. Mattered for seeding into Summer.
So it didn't matter.
Technically, it matters. If they finish 4th 3 times in a row, they get to get evaluated for being kicked out of the league.
4th?
Not 4th, 10th.
Yeah, I was gonna say 4th. That's a very weird place to put that threshold.
Every
I know you were in playoffs 4 splits in a row, but you're out of the fucking league because you got 4th 4 times. It's a curse. We can't allow it.
This was really just a large plot to get rid of Team Liquid as they finished 4th repeatedly. It's been happening for years. Wake up, sheeple.
They made it to 10th this time. How could they?
9th. They got 9th. Let's be accurate about this failure.
Oh, they got 9th. You're right. They did make it to 9th. I'm sorry. That is on me.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about the. Okay. Someone else talk about this topic. I'm gonna go take a nap.
Man. Oh man.
What are we talking about? I'm not looking at the topic. Oh, Haymant, this is all you, baby.
Here. Now, this is where I gotta do some bullshit. So Matt, I want to take you through a little
Don't
thought
fucking put.
experiment.
Hey! 1 sec. I gotta interject. Don't push your fucking luck. Keep going. I'm liable to leave the call on this topic, so you better fucking, don't push it, bro.
First of all, TSM is playing a tank in the mid lane. All right. You don't need Bjerg to do that. You can easily get another player. Now, let me, maybe someone who might go a little bit better with a name brand. Someone who's very good at tanks and could probably, it's Solo. Why don't you bring Solo to the mid lane? Why don't you make Team Solo
wait, I gotta stop this. Stop. Where are you going with this?
Yeah, you're going really fucking hard.
Nowhere.
This is very easy to fucking start off, and you are just deciding to make this some tirade about Bjergsen playing a tank and not even talking about it.
This is
I really don't understand what the fuck is happening right now.
To get Solo to role swap mid, because honestly, there's a lot of bullshit going on with this.
Why is this about getting Solo to role swap mid?
Because then you would have Solo mid on Team Solo mid. Okay.
No, get to the actual point, because that's just a meme. Now, please.
Okay, so TSM in both their games this weekend brought out Tank Fiddlesticks mid lane. Tank Fiddlesticks. They went 1-1 with it. They got their win against Immortals, which, not that much credit. Not that much credit. And then they lost to FlyQuest. Alright. Tank Fiddlesticks mid. What are your initial thoughts? What are you thinking about?
I thought this was your segment.
Okay. Anyhow.
My thoughts? I hate it, and I didn't want to see it, and I don't want to see it again, but here we are. The fact that it even got a dub is offensive to me. Unacceptable. Unacceptable behavior. Try harder. I don't know what to tell you. This is not okay.
Oh man, alongside the Kane that they brought in week 1.
Hey, this one I
can. Oh, the Kane is not offensive to me. That's like it's just annoying. Bad. It's annoying, but it doesn't make me go like, okay, well, fuck you. Tank Fiddle mid made me go, I'm never watching the LCS again, and you can't stop me.
Tank Fiddle mid made me the happiest person.
Yeah, we all know you make bad choices. We get it. We get it. We do. But, like, that doesn't mean I want to be burdened with your dumbassery.
Bjergsen
Why?
bringing it out.
Why? Okay, Haymont.
And even then, let me bring this back a bit more.
Let me finish.
To the FlyQuest game. What's a bit worse is that they brought this tank Fiddle mid, and then they also decided to draft the Syndra in the bot lane, which Double Lift did not look good on, right? So when you have this tank Fiddle in the mid lane, and this Syndra in the bot lane that's not pulling its weight, and this comp that's mostly magic damage now because of it. What are you doing? You have a Lee Sin in the jungle. That's your only AD damage. What was this draft? What was it? What happened here?
What the hell happened?
Right.
What happened to you? And why do I want to never think about it ever again?
What was TSM thinking with this? Because this wasn't.
Okay, hang on. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Let me explain this to you. TSM picked Fiddlesticks.
Sucks.
While already having Syndra, while having Volibear, and while having Nautilus. Would you like to point to the AD threat on that list? Because there isn't one.
AD Syndra. AD Syndra. Shut up. It's AD Syndra. You're a coward.
Here's the problem. Here's the number one problem. Is FlyQuest, before they lock in Volibear and Fiddlesticks, have selected Trundle, Ornn, and Leona.
Why is this a problem?
When you monotype your damage profile for 4 of your fucking champions, guess what happens when the other 3 full tanks on the enemy team get to play the game? They build MR, and they don't care. They walk into your base and slowly knock it over. Why are we picking Volibear and Fiddlesticks here? If you wanted to play Syndra bottom, you need to have Kindred jungle or like something else, high DPS AD top. Maybe you're hyper counter picking something top. I don't know. Vayne top, they have Ornn. It works. It's stupid and I hate it, but it works. It's also super gankable, but they have fucking Trundle who can't gank for shit.
Oh, he did gank for shit that game.
That's not my point. He ganked for shit because they got to monotype defense against 3 fucking magic damage champions. Like, this is the problem with this champion select. Picking Fiddlesticks last pick is the worst decision. The time you pick Fiddlesticks is where you're picking fucking Lee Sin, because now you've hidden your jungle pick as well, and your mid lane, and your bot lane. You now have a triple flex out of 2 champions. Holy shit. And then you can lock in Volibear and flex him too. Like, why are we doing this? Why are we locking in Nautilus Syndra in our first round? That's such a bad combo. What are you gonna do bot lane? You can't kill Aphelios because he has a Leona who just kills your support. Not your support. You're because I can't even fucking come up with a name for this role. Your bot lane.
Because you just can't kill the Aphelios at some point. You just can't.
He builds a death dance and doesn't care.
And more specifically, Mash in this game was like Infinity Edge. Oh, is that a lot of damn AP and someone who's going to stun me? I'm gonna get a QSS second item. And just
you mean what you're supposed to do?
Yeah, they also had Fiddlesticks Fear to Cleanse.
Yeah,
not shit. Like it was a decent item to get out of some sticky situations.
Yeah, it was very good itemization from him. Very good.
Why? Why are we picking shit like this in this awful situation? You need an AD threat. I don't care who you are. If you're in my solo queue game, if you're in my normals game, if you're playing fucking Earth, you need an AD threat.
Not if you're playing Earth.
Something more substantial than the Lee Sin and the Volibear.
No, AD is worse than Earth, dude.
Jace. Ezreal.
Jace isn't a champion, and the meta for Ezreal and Earth is AP, and you know that.
Jax.
Oh.
You're just mad because you suck, bro.
Oh my god. This champ select drives me up a wall. Why are we banning Braum?
What else are we gonna
Cassio.
ban?
Why are we banning Cassio? Oh! So dumb! Why are we banning Bard? Who bans Bard?
Don't you know Ignar's been very reputable for...
Y'all finish this topic. I'm done talking about this hellhole. Stupid fucking champ select.
Oh, it's pretty much done. We can
I was
move on.
done before we even began. I'll tell you that much, son.
See, Haymont, that's how you go on a tirade. You don't talk about Solo joining TSM.
Yeah, you don't
bitch
start
about
asking
the
me
game.
to do these weird thought experiments that actually aren't thought experiments.
You just go on a tirade about stupid people.
Okay,
Who's
all
doing
right.
pick bans for TSM?
A
That
fucking
is a
awful
very good
person.
question. Last time they said
Someone
Parth
who
was
wants
the
to
head
hurt us.
coach.
He's the head coach, but I don't know if he's doing pick ban.
Anthony, you know,
That-
it's literally just a person who wants to hurt the both of us particularly.
It's Vigar V2. I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
No, but if the tables were turned,
Oh, he's showing you no mercy.
I would
Alright,
show
alright.
you no mercy.
Our next topic is about Immortals. Should IMT put in X-Smithy? What you thinking?
Probably.
But is Potluck the problem? That's the question.
No.
No?
Maybe. I don't know. I barely pay attention to IMT games at this point. I'm so sorry.
Same.
I really don't know where the problem is because I just kind of coast through them in the background.
It's like watching a movie that you already know the ending for. Because you'll see them.
No, because Haymont, the only time I'd watch a movie I know the ending for is if I liked it and it was good.
This was if your friend spoiled the movie and then was like, "Here, let's watch it anyway, just so that you can see how good it is." And then you're like, "No, wait a minute, you're just a terrible friend."
Alright, on to other bad analogies for games.
Cause what was it?
Yeah, that was a really bad one. I don't know why. That's my fault.
Cause I just remember Immortals just having a game in their hands. They just had to win it.
In
I'm
their
pretty sure it's
whole
the week.
hands.
They just had it in their hands. I'm pretty sure this was against FlyQuest 2, week 1. They had it. They probably had it. And then they were just like, Chuck.
Their
I
gold
don't
lead
want it anymore.
their gold lead never surpassed 207. You're thinking of CLG.
I'm thinking of CLG. Probably.
The CLG game was kind of back and forth a little bit.
Oh, you're right. That was the one where they were super pushing in, and then Paul Belter was playing Diane. Okay. Okay.
Belter
You're
murks
right.
their ass.
That was the one. You're right. That's so for right now. Immortals is just basically, you know how all of their games are gonna end, and stupidly, I also picked them to win a game this coming weekend, and so that's going to be my L to hold unless I'm proven otherwise.
Probably won't be, but good luck, pal.
Thank you. But on the topic of should IMT put in Xmithy, it's really only going to change the jungler. Like, I watched Xmithy's Challenger game, his first one that he played, week 1. It didn't look that great.
But most games week 1 don't look great, even in the LCS.
You're right.
Most games in week 1 are kind of just like, yikes.
Yep. So I would have to go revisit his academy games over the past 2 weeks before I can solidly say, like, oh, Xmithy is performing, right? And that maybe they should sub him in.
Xmithy has never been one for mechanical prowess or like taking over a game through sheer force by himself. He's always been the philosopher jungler who will outthink you and outpath you and outwork with his team against you. Not the one who will gank you at your blue buff at level 3 because your dumbass is still level 2. So I think that's the real difference that we'd be looking at here, and maybe this team would have a better direction. I'm always very conflicted on how people depict Xmithy in game because they kind of I've heard it both ways, where he's a kind of early game shot caller, but he's also really quiet and not really demanding of everyone. So I don't really know if he's able to say, all right, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do 2 camps on blue side, get my top side red buff, and then I'm gonna go gank mid lane, or maybe I'll go invade when I peek around the corner. If I see him, I'll go kill. But I don't know if that's what he's gonna do, or if he will listen to his laners and they'll have to tell him to do that, and he'll be more responsive than Potluck is.
They may also just want a bit more of an aggressive jungler, right? Like Potluck's Graves looked good. That's it.
Did it?
Yeah.
Is it hard to look
do
good on
much.
Graves?
No.
Hang on. Potluck's Graves looked good, but he was 1-3 that game. This is a really low kill game for them. Jesus Christ. Oh, this is the game where Ica couldn't play League of Legends because he had to play against PoE, and Ica had a counter matchup.
Yep. Very bad. Very bad.
Oh, and he also took inspiration on Galio for some reason. Why do you
pick
inspiration on Galio? Look, I'm not sold that Potluck's amazing. I don't think he's the core problem of this team. I think this team's core problem is that it's not a team and has no idea where it's going, and its top side of the map looks like garbage. Or, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say top side. I should say its solo lanes look like garbage, and its bot lane doesn't look much better. This team just looks like they walk up, press some buttons on their keyboard, and keel over halfway through the game.
This is a team that I think your Clash team could take. This is the team.
That's generous. That's generous.
To who, us or them? No, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
We'd smack these fools.
We'd get slapped around. We would get slapped.
I can handle Soaz. He's an old fart.
Oh, man. So I really don't know whether the decision is just to put in Xmithy or not. I think a lot more needs to be done with the roster, but those are long-term plans. There's, COVID happening right now, so we can't exactly think about...
I don't think we should be thinking about international rosters even without COVID or international imports. Because it feels like such a stupid idea to start importing more players instead of working with the academy talent or new talent that we have. It's just it's never panned out for anyone but TL or Cloud9.
To throw a random question out there.
It didn't hurt TSM.
No. Yeah, speakers.
Well, sometimes it did. Sometimes it didn't. Really depended upon the import. But
I don't know. TSM has had good experience with imports, and as everyone loves to meme on their problem with junglers, that doesn't seem to track with any of the information I have ever looked at. Just saying. But most of their junglers
because you
are
can't
good.
read.
Okay, Matt, whatever you say. You show me factual evidence about this jungler situation. We'll talk.
The facts are that the junglers are bad.
So what was Haymant's question?
I don't know. I'm too busy being a dick.
The question would be, this is just like a random question. Think about it for just a second. What if Golden Glue was on this team?
I don't know how much better they would be, because it feels like a cohesion issue more than Ica's garbage, but I don't feel like Ica being garbage helps. So sure, it might get better. I feel like changing something in a bad situation will also often help in general. Like when CLG got Pobelt their last split, they just started performing better. Because of course they did. They didn't have Crown on their team, who was apparently being quite detrimental to the team environment. And I'm not blaming Crown for that, because it was apparently some other personal issues, and he ended up going home over it. But like, when you change a bad atmosphere at all, typically people will think it's a good atmosphere at the start, even if it isn't. So change something, and hopefully you get some wins with it.
Okay.
Praying for the dubs, dude.
That being said, I don't think Xmithy is enough of a change, considering he was the jungler from last split.
I mean, last split they almost made playoffs. They almost finished exactly where Golden Guardians and TL were. Well, I meant
also
100 days.
I also don't think they were particularly happy with how they actually placed or how they performed, though. That's the only problem.
I mean, how? Of course not. Who's going to be happy not making playoffs?
That is true. That is fair. That is fair.
It's like
But then
saying Team Liquid are disappointed that they didn't win the split. Like, of course not. They just won 4 of them.
That is very true, but then again, it's like, all right, now you're bringing back that same team into the next split. All right, people aren't really going to expect a change, right? They're just going to expect them not to perform that well. They probably may or may not have some expectations to perform that well again, depending on the roster moves. You know, it just doesn't
I'm kind
feel
of
like
confused as to what you're getting at here, but
that.
Me too.
Just putting in Xmithy, I don't think it would be like a big change overall.
I agree. I don't think it'll be a big change, but sometimes a fallback to familiarity might help. Or you look, just please change Ica for the love of God. He looks like the worst player in the goddamn league. Oh my God. Put Yasui in here. Get Yasui. For the love of God. There's got to be at least one Academy player who can get in here. Golden Glue's sitting on the bench somewhere. He was on was he on Friday Night League or something? He was on one of those shows, one of the cast shows.
Yes, he was on Friday Night League.
Like, come on. I think he would do good on Friday Night League. I think if they further integrate him there as an analyst, that would be pretty interesting. And it might do well for him.
I'd agree. It would be a good thing for him to try.
All right.
He's still a challenger level player too.
I forgot to bring up the results when we were talking at the beginning. So let's just flame Haymont real quick for getting 2 answers wrong this week. And me and Matt just only missing out on CLG.
Yeah, my dub was not that strong.
No, I can't. So, Haymont, how you feeling about that TL pick over EG? Did that one hurt? Watching that one, did that one hurt?
That one, I have to say, yeah. Actually, no. That's a L I'm happy to take because I've been enjoying watching the EG matches. And I was like, oh, maybe it's like a one-time thing. Maybe TL come out with something that's going to, really punish them. But Broxa on the Trundle did not. Let me correct that. Broxa and Jensen as a mid lane jungle duo with him on the Trundle did not look as good as Svenskeren and Jizuke. That's Team Liquid's normally been setting up a lot of stuff around Jensen, pulling off putting Bard shrines in his lane, to doing all sorts of different things, and it did not pan out this game. Svenskeren out jungled Broxa on the Trundle, and then him and Jizuke just handled Jensen. That was it. It was a good series to watch. It was clean from EG, and even though I did lose, I'm happy to see EG just being consistent and firing on all cylinders. They look like they could be a clear number 2 team.
Maybe. All right. The other one that Haymont got wrong was the IMT versus 100 Thieves game, and to be honest, I don't totally blame him for that one, but at the same time, IMT has looked like a dumpster fire for a while now, including from last split. So, I don't know.
100 Thieves week 1 also looked pretty bad, but, they got the dub this time around. I'm happy.
Let's just hope you don't have IMT picked for anything next week. Unless they're playing Dignitas. Do they play Dignitas? I don't know. Alright.
No, they play Golden Guardians. I know that because I picked them over Golden Guardians.
You fool. Alright. So, who do we think fits into the tier just below Cloud9? Because there's no point in discussing who can compete with Cloud9 anymore. It's not a conversation. It's just, if you say somebody's name, you're wrong. It's just Cloud9, and then there's a massive gap between them and everyone else still. So, here's what I'm wondering. So, okay. We don't count Cloud9. I'm thinking EG, maybe TSM, maybe Team Liquid, and then I'm hesitant to talk about FlyQuest or Golden Guardians getting into that second tier.
You're hesitant to talk about FlyQuest getting into that second tier. Now hold on just a second there, mate.
Yes, because roster move shenanigans detracts from my personal opinion of how good your team is.
Oh my god. Ignar has one bad game, and all of a sudden they're out of the stage.
Yes, it's only one. No,
Jesus.
oof.
But no, I'm gonna make a case that just goes like, alright, it's C9, Gap, Evil Geniuses, Gap, FlyQuest. And then everyone just comes in.
Hang on.
Your TSM shenanigans are not forgiven.
Did FlyQuest play Team Liquid already?
I believe they've played C9, but I don't think they've played Team Liquid as yet.
Let me just take a look. FlyQuest record. They have played DIG, TM, Immortals, and C9. Okay. They've only lost the C9, which is fair. They've also only beaten Dignitas and they've also beaten Dignitas and Immortals, which, as we've said, ain't much. So
yeah,
okay.
The key is kind of like how they've been winning, and it hasn't been. They did it for the GG game. What was it? Wait, no. Repeat the names that you just listed because I forgot about.
They played Dignitas, Team Liquid, Team Solo Mid. Oh, that's TSM. Immortals and C9.
Okay, so TSM was a freebie. Immortals was a freebie.
No! Don't you dare!
You gonna say that after that draft?
Shut up!
You gonna say that after that draft?
Shut up!
Dang. Somebody's getting called the fuck out and does not like it, Anthony.
Okay. Surprisingly, the Dignitas game, they did not win in as a convincing fashion as I would have liked. I will point to Ignar not performing as well as he usually does, even though he did still do his job as a support there. And also, a FlyQuest, when they had the Baron, they did allow Dignitas to trade inhibitors, right? It didn't make that much of a difference, but it's if you're winning, you gotta be able to keep these things handled, right? That's something.
Yeah,
It shouldn't have been a trade in inhib, so I'm a little bit disappointed in that Dignitas game. That's it. But even that being said, I still think that the core of Ignar, Solo, Santorin, PoE, those 4 players are so hard to compete with for other teams. So hard to compete with that they still make it into that second tier. That's my reasoning there. And it's more so
I meant to include CLG in my second tier.
In the second tier?
Yeah, I hesitantly. So a little bit less than Team Liquid.
They need to prove a little bit more, but if they can get a couple of those key wins, like if they can beat Team Liquid, if they can beat TSM, then we can definitely start talking about them a bit more. Right? But for right now, they've beaten the teams that they should be able to beat to prove that they're that they should maybe be considered for that conversation. But until they actually beat the next tier of teams, they're still kind of middling a little bit, maybe still a bit lower. Right? I may have said, what was it? It was C9, then it's EG FlyQuest. TSM, TL still have some opportunities, even with the shenanigans that TSM is pulled.
Even with the shenanigans?
Even with the shenanigans.
Matt, who's in your tier 2?
None of them.
None of them?
There's
everyone's
C9
tier 3?
There's no tier other than Cloud9. No, shit. Mm-hmm. Probably EG, probably, how many teams am I supposed to name here?
Just try to give a general idea. Probably somewhere around
I'm thinking
it's
TSM, EG, maybe Fly, right? Teams that we all expect. What?
You're also on my Fly boys, come on.
I just think that they're not bad.
What about Team Liquid?
Yeah, I forgot about Team Liquid. But didn't they get clapped this week?
Team Liquid?
They went 2-0. No, they got beat by
no,
EG. They got beat by
EG.
EG. They got beat by EG so soundly because that was hyping up.
Yeah, so they're not in it, but EG is, and that's what that's the world we're living in.
Okay. All right. Now on to a holdover topic from last week that we didn't get to because last week ran a little long. 80 right now in Summer Split, 80% of the league gets into playoffs. Do we think that's a good thing for the league, or is that a bad thing? Or is there something else about it?
Currently,
like
right now, from the games that I've watched, I'm actually happier that 80% of the league actually gets into there. Because then hopefully in some series, we'll have a clear determination of who's better. Hopefully my opinion changes as the split goes on. But right now, great. 80% gets in, maybe we can solve this. As long as IMT and Dignitas don't make it, let's go. Let's figure it out. Let's put those series together.
Matt, how do you feel about it?
I mean, it's exciting in some sense because it's just going to be, I think, more interesting. I think the playoffs are going to be more interesting. Alternatively, I'm also prepared for the fact that they won't be more interesting and they'll actually kind of suck. Because a bunch of teams or a couple teams who aren't that good just are still in there or whatever. But I don't know. I mean, it's I don't feel very strongly about it. I think it's probably fine.
So
that's how I feel.
I think
ambivalent.
I think it's awful to make 80% of the league get into playoffs because effectively finishing anywhere between 5th to 3rd is this. Or sorry, 6th to 3rd is the same, and 7th and 8th don't matter either. So it effectively makes 3 entry points, and the amount of apathy between any of the between the spots within is so large. The range at which you can get in is too large to make any of the players motivated to get higher up. To me, it looks like you just shouldn't care so long as you can get, unless you're going to get first or second. You should just kind of hold off, go slow, just get into playoffs. There's a 75% chance you end up in the loser's bracket anyways, and then unless you're shooting for first or second. It just, there's no point to that. And I think there's only 5 teams in the league that should bother playing right now.
Anthony, you figured out TSM strategy.
They're going to finish 8th and then carry in?
Yes.
Why?
So that they can test everything out. And I mean everything.
I don't think they'd have any more games than if they came in 3rd or 6th. Oh no, they would. They would actually. So they want to finish between 3rd and 5th, or 3rd and 6th. I'm never gonna get it right. And then they'll get to play the maximum amount of games if they lose that first game.
Huh.
So
okay.
The other thing about this bracket is it has double elimination, and then 7th and 8th seed into the double elimination portion of the bracket.
Mm-hmm.
So I think double elimination is good for the bracket in some sense, but at the same time, it's so convoluted that as a spectator, I don't give a shit. It's so it's so complicated, and I just want a normal bracket. Make a normal double elimination bracket. Stop doing this weird shit. And a normal double elimination bracket would take 3 games longer, so it probably wouldn't work.
I'm all for the double elimination bracket, only because we got to see a little bit of how it works last split. And as a FlyQuest favorite who got knocked down into lower bracket by EG, I was happy to see them come back, bring it together, and make that run. So I don't have any problems with the double elimination. If you make it to that spot, you should be able to have that opportunity to, fight another day. But I think I also agree 7th and 8th is a bit too much, right? Those are
especially when
not
the
really,
team is 10, or the league is 10 teams wide.
yeah. Those are, you don't really need the 7th and 8th spot.
What I want,
Unless the addendum that I will add is if by halfway through this split, I still can't figure out who's bottom tier and mid tier, then
That's gonna change.
then 7th and 8th, fine. All right, you're in. We're gonna find out. But
I can't
like
wait to watch Dig and IMT not make it because they're 10th and 9th.
that is what I'm hoping for.
All right, so look, I would be more okay with this if there was like 16 teams in the league. I don't think the amount. I think that playoffs should be something for the top half of the league, and if you're extending it to more than that, you should probably be doing something wild card-esque instead of like just adding more teams. So if they go to you heard the fireworks.
I did. Did you see me look?
Yes. If you go to 16 teams, you can stop it at 8. Do a normal double elimination bracket for 8, going 1-8, 2-7, and the whole 9 yards, and then it just makes sense, and that works. But this convoluted mess is so annoying. I just don't care. I don't want to watch something this messy that you have to explain every time you start your broadcast. That's what I don't want. Just make it normal. Why can't you just be normal, LCS?
No, we're League of Legends. Have you seen our production quality recently?
Hey, the video quality went up, and I do mean the video quality, but that's about it. Had some other problems too. Captain Flowers was solo casting half a game this week.
Oh man, wait a minute, that was great. There was a time when Freak was just wondering where Kobe went, and he was still casting out throughout the entire game.
Wasn't that the first week?
No, this was this weekend.
This weekend too?
That was this weekend. It was marvelous. Freak was just like, I'm only the color caster. My smart caster's now gone. Kobe, where have you gone? And oh, wait a minute, they're in another fight.
Hey, at least Freak can do both jobs. He's done both jobs for his whole career.
Yes. So it was beautiful to watch. And it was one of my favorite Freak moments in ages.
You can't really hold it against him, given everything, right? Like,
well, Flowers is the one who was looking for the smart caster. Oh, it was so sad watching Flowers. I'm like, oh no, but he's good. He's so good at his job. I saw somebody make a comment that he didn't like Captain Flowers, and I'm just like, if I had the power, I'd ban you from this subreddit. You degenerate slime.
You're just wrong, bro. Captain Flowers is a beast.
He is the best play-by-play, or what? No, he's color caster that I've ever seen in this sport. Like, oh my god, do I love him. He's so good at his job, and I would want him to cast every game. Can he cast my games? That would be great. I gotta be named, what was that? What's the dude's name? Daddy Fatcock.
From Daddy Fatcock to Worlds is, I believe, the title of the compilation.
Oh, I love it. So yeah,
Can't explain this to me on stream, but it's afterwards.
Oh, no, he was doing,
I got you. He used to solo cast games, like you would do like Bronze League tournaments and stuff. And one of the games he was shoutcasting had a player in it named Daddy Fatcock from Wario's Warriors. And so someone made a what?
It was like him and Azale or Zyrene or something.
No, this one I just know the clip, but either way, there's a compilation I believe of like of Flowers moments that's called From Daddy Fatcock to Worlds, tracking his journey as a caster.
I want Daddy Fatcock to go pro just so they have to put that name on their broadcast.
They wouldn't. They would literally never.
They would force him to change it.
They made Sneaky change his name.
Well, I think that was the org. I don't think that was the LCS because I don't think the LCS noticed.
Fair.
Because I think he played in Challenger with that name.
Mm.
Okay, what else is there to talk about? Nothing. Our predictions. I'll pop those up on screen real quick. Boom!
Hit me.
Haymant! You have
What?
picked 100 Thieves over CLG. How could you?
Ryoma looked good in his game versus 100 Thieves. That's not that much to go on. But I think Meteos is a good jungler.
Hang on, have you been watching the same videos? Because he has been getting rocked. And I can't
He has
tell if
been
it's
getting-
his fault.
Yes. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's a good jungler, which has not been apparent during the past few weeks. Some days still good. Cody's son still good. Stunt can't hit a Nautilus hook, so as long as we're not getting that one. Yeah. Just don't give Stunt Nautilus. Let Someday have a carry and put Ryoma on something late game, and hopefully he actually performs on something late game.
Okay,
Also ban Corki.
I think this game will heavily come down to draft. It'll come down to if CLG can get good matchups for Ruin and Wiggly, and maybe a little bit on the mid lane. I feel like CLG's bot lane is almost inconsequential because I don't think they're going to win no matter what. But you do need something to fall back on with them. So I think prioritizing Volibear and Set, that combo for me is huge for CLG. I love that combo.
Agreed.
The only thing I would want them to do in that case is if they ban Trundle. Trundle's just very good into both those champions. That's it. And then Meteos gets an easy jungle pick, right?
So, yeah. Matt, what you thinking on this game?
Wait, what's my take on what?
The CLG 100 Thieves game.
Sorry, I like violently spaced out there. Ooh, I think CLG has it. I trust Pobe. I trust the little bit of momentum they have recently cracking their last split record. Yeah, I don't know. 100 Thieves hasn't been as impressive to me. That's it, really.
All right. Now for the real flame. Haymont, how on earth did you pick IMT over Golden Guardians?
They have to win sometime.
You know what? You might be right. You could be right. That's the sad thing about League of Legends is you might be right.
I don't like anything that you do or say, actually.
You know what the sad part is, Matt? Is this works too often.
This is the one game where they could just randomly get a dub.
You know what?
Just randomly.
I'm gonna hope it's against C9 because I think that'll be the funniest, and I feel like Matt's gonna have to get a body double for next episode if that happens.
If it happens, I'm
just
not doing the show. I'm just busy.
No, we're both leaving you. This is now just your show. If Immortals beats C9, no.
Alright. Do you want to talk about TL versus C9 before or after we talk about games we're looking forward to?
That's a TL versus C9. I want to see what TL's approach to C9 is going to be. You can't beat C9. We've established this a long time ago. I want to see what TL is going to try to do to put them maybe a little bit on the back foot. Something a little bit. Maybe Golden Guardians tried taking out a Nocturne to put them a little bit on the back foot. Maybe you pull out something like that again. Brox is certainly good with his aggressive junglers. Maybe he falls back to Elise again. Rek'Sai, Lee Sin. You know, those early game aggressive ones that Brox is very famous for. Right? And then for JJ's in form, give him a support that can either save his AD carry, because Ven and Vulcan are not a lane that you do not want to mess around with. Maybe take a comp that attacks side lanes. Like I said, you put a Tom Kench, you put a Twisted Fate. All right, I don't know.
A Tomas Kench?
Yes, a Tomas Kench to make sure to give that tactical a little bit more safety, right? And try to weather that bot lane. It's gonna be rough times for tactical and core JJ. We're gonna find out how well that lane is tested against the best one in North America. The best bot lane duo in North America.
I think this match was more hype before TL lost to EG, which is sort of like a no duh. But if they had beaten EG, I feel like this would have been an amazing match to watch because it would have been TL coming back up and getting really strong and being their old selves, and then they just get smacked around like a rag doll. So it gives me very little hope for TL in this matchup. I still think it's probably one of the better matches this weekend. Maybe even the best match this weekend, looking at the roster or the lineup. But I wonder how good TL's bot lane is going to hold up, and if TL's mid lane aggression will be able to somehow put C9 off of something, because that's what C9 has kind of been doing. They've been a little bit propping up their mid lane. Zen actually said this at the end of last split in a few interviews and stuff that he was on, where their main strategy was to just 5-man Rift Herald at 10 minutes and then swap to top side. That was it. That's their strategy. That's their big plan. And they were the only ones really doing it. Actually, I think, was it Clutch Gaming that were doing something similar? That it was really obvious that it was deliberate, but they were doing that last year.
Yes.
And I was just
Clutch
like,
Gaming was doing that.
And now Cloud9 is doing it with better players and destroying everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So that if they can put a wrench in that, I'm wondering if TL can really stop them. Though props to Jat for putting this team back on track.
Indeed. I've been happy to see how it's been performing so far.
Matt, what's your take on this matchup?
I mean, I largely agree with you. You kind of just said everything that's correct, so like, what am I supposed to say here?
The incorrect thing. That's Haymant's job, though.
Yeah, then what do I have left? You
can talk about top lane. I didn't talk about top lane at all.
Ooh.
Anthony, you're the top laner. I don't know anything about top lane.
You don't have to know anything about top lane.
I don't have to know
it's Impact versus Licorice. Go.
It's Impact. Oh my God, Licorice is gonna body him. It's gonna be free as fuck. What do you want me to say, bro?
Stuff like that. Just go ham on it, fanboy.
All right, it's the easiest fucking matchup I've ever fucking seen. Like, I don't know what you want from me. He's washed. He's not as good as he was when he's on. No, I'm kidding. I'm going too hard. It's definitely going to be a good matchup. I mean, Impact hasn't. I mean, other than the little oopsie with the haunting guys. Was that Impact?
That was Impact, right?
That was Impact.
That was Impact? No. Oh, God.
That was Impact.
Yeah,
that was
other than
Impact.
that little oopsie, I feel like he's still a good top laner. Licorice, sort of coasting at the top of the league right now for me, top lane wise. But I am excited for it. I think it'll be fun. I always like watching the former players play the team. It's always a good little storyline.
All right, so what games are we looking forward to this weekend? I'm actually kind of interested in Fly versus CLG. I think that one's going to be an interesting game. But I'm more interested in TSM versus EG. That's going to be a fucking bloodbath, and I'm not looking forward to it. But good match.
Oh man, I want to see CLG versus 100T. That's really going to be the one where I'm going to kind of decide whether CLG is like, okay, they're definitely like middle of the pack. Like, they're definitely like right below TSM or TL, or like right below FlyQuest, right? That's the matchup. If they can put 100T to bed, good for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the matches that I want to see them win in, even though I picked 100 Thieves, because I do this all of the time.
Matt, what you looking for? What's your pick your poison this weekend? What you feeling?
Pick my poison?
Hell yeah.
I'm not picking poison, Anthony. I'm picking something worse. A League of Legends game I want to watch. First of all, none of them. But actually, I'm kind of excited to see how CLG does against Fly. I don't think it'll be great, but I think it'll be really fun if they win. Is what I think. I don't know. It's been fun for me to watch Evil Geniuses. I'm excited for the TSM matchup. I think we all picked DG over TSM, but I think that like it will probably be a good match, which I'm pretty excited about. What else? What else am I looking forward to? I don't know. I mean,
you want to see C9 body IMT in a record-setting match?
Not really.
You know what? You're right. I'm looking forward to both of the TSM games because every week they've delivered for me. Every week.
This ain't Postmates, Haymant.
Kane in the first
This
week.
isn't Uber Eats. Shut up.
Fiddlesticks in the second week. What are they big braining this time, Anthony?
Nothing.
Can you give
They're
me
gonna
some
go real
insight?
small brain silver shit.
No big brains.
We're picking Sejuani this time, boys. We're going back to what we know.
Brains. Standard-sized brains, or we riot. No.
Oh man, that was my little bit of flame. But honestly, also a little bit true.
Matt, we're out of topics.
You want to take us on home?
I think I will. You can catch the show live on twitch.tv/NizzyTV2K11 at 8 p.m. Eastern on Mondays. You can catch the VODs on my YouTube channel or the audio podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Anchor.fm. More to come soon. I think that's about right. Have a nice night.
Yeet.